So here we go. This little project is about replacing the soft top on the Mercedes 500 SL. This one is not great. It's got rips, holes in the windows, broken bits around the window, worn through parts on the roof, missing stitching on the roof, sort of ends about here, and there's none along there, which there should have been originally. It's a bit tatty really. I'll show you around the other side. And you can see all the back windows really badly stained where water's got in. This is pretty ugly. Big holes here. Not quite so worn out, but you can see these bits here. I think it's pretty much beyond the pale. So we're going to have a little go at taking it off and putting a new one on. Now inside the car, it's all a bit horrible. The roof's all kind of dirty, bits of tape over the holes in it, sort of discoloration and rusty parts on the frame, so we'll try and give them a clean up. So that's the challenge. I've been looking on YouTube and I can't really see any very good videos on how to do this job, so I thought I'd make one for myself and for anybody else who might want to know just how not to do it. Okay, see you soon. So this is what you get when you order a new soft top. This one has come, I bought it on eBay from a company based in Hollywood, USA, and the delivery was excellent, came within about a week, and so that was great. It cost me, with shipping and with import taxes, which are about £40 I think, it cost about 350 quid, 375 quid altogether. This is what you get. It's not huge when it comes in the post, and it's all in there. I've given it a quick check and it seems about right. It's in the right colour, and so that's what's going on. Okay, I'm about to start looking at disassembling this soft top, but before that I just thought I'd show you some other things that just been thrown in to keep me occupied whilst I'm doing it. A bit of rustiness there, so that panel's going to have to come off as well. So I'm thinking it would be a really good idea to get rid of this cover piece here and remove it. It's only on a couple of screws, so as long as they don't snap off or anything, we'll just remove those and get it out of the way. Okay, so I'm looking at the back of the hood where it fits onto this panel, and I'm wondering, how does it come off? And I noticed there's two bolts down there, so I'll take those off and see what happens. Okay, I took those two bolts out, and just makes this part movable, but you can't get it off, so I think some rubber's got to come off. Started getting the rubber off down here. It's glued in, but you can pull it off, and I think there's some screws behind this chrome piece of trim that need to come out. Okay, so here we've got our first piece of rubber trim out from around the back of the door. Just kind of levered it out, came out quite easy. You can see these screws in here that we need to remove. These little bits on the door pillars, or whatever you call them, are a bit tricky to see. Let's see, let's get some light on it. There you go, this kind of star, this piece here, it's kind of loose. There's another one up the top there, and then up here is where this one came out, and there's another one goes back in here, matches up with the hole that you can see there. Okay, working around the passenger door, and I've taken out the rubbers all along here and the little starry clips that go into where these holes are, and I've started to take the chrome trims out. 3 screws, this is the last one. Okay, and then the trims come out fairly easily. Okay, and that reveals where the hood actually glues on. So I'm going to put these strips, and as I take anything out, I'll put some tape around it and label it up, because I think this is all going to be very confusing when it's in lots of parts. Rear piece of trim, it's revealed an extra screw down the bottom here that's obviously got to be put in before the trim, or removed after. So here's a good view of how the soft top gets glued in around this area. It's got a little V-shaped cut in it there. Okay. The rubber on the front is fitted into this channel here, and it just pulls out pretty easy. Okay, so pull the top back, and we're going to get this out now. But first, I think we'll get this rubber piece out and loosen off this chrome, because it kind of holds that end in place. Okay, just got that rubber out from there, and whilst there is a star kind of piece there, there was one missing there, so maybe I'll have to buy one. Here's the driver's side. One of the reasons I've been getting some wind noise. I think that one's going to need replacing, if not all of them. It's worth remembering that this line of stitching travels all the way around the rear, and that is so when you come to glue it, it's got to be glued on dead in line with the edge. Okay, all of the bars that go across, the stitching is right on the bar. And at the front here, where this screw goes in, the hood comes around, and then it's a bit more light, and then folds underneath there and around there. Again, the stitching following the line of the bar, or whatever you call it. I think this part may be a bit tricky to get right when you're coming to put the hood back on. This edge obviously follows the piping along, and then your bottom piece is coming to just around the edge of that chrome piece. The top is kind of just in line with that edge of the rubber, and the rubber's sitting on that chrome piece quite nicely. I guess that tells you where it's going to go. Okay, having removed all the side rubbers and the front rubber, it's time to remove this channel that holds the rubber in place, and then also holds the soft top in place at the front. This is the positioning of the screw that holds the front of the hood. So take good notice. Just taking a good look at where the stitching finishes in relation to the corner. About a centimetre in. Okay, corner, I think this is important that this is fitted correctly. So if we take a look at it, inside it's split up to probably, I guess, within about 10 mil of the edge, and that's glued together. Here's the positioning of the screw on the driver's side into the hood. I think this is a little slightly different to the one on the other side. The distance for the stitching to the edge is about the same, about 1 centimetre. Okay, take it out. Just pulling all this front edge off. Got a pair of pliers and just pulling it around. Going to work the way along till it's all loosened off. And here's where the corner fits on the driver's side. Again, they've kind of mitered it. Okay, we've got the front corner here, the driver's side. Going to see how it fits underneath. Okay, we have a corner piece here, and that pulled back like that, so that edge then fits into that corner piece. Okay, and this, all of this comes over the top like that. Okay, you've got this corner released, it's quite easy to then just pull it back all along the front like I did. Here we are, back round to the passenger side. And now we have it revealed in all its ugliness. So this has all got to be cleaned off, all this gully crap on the top here. Then I'm hopefully going to be retaining these. Clean all these off. Now to get the back released. So now I want to try and release the rear part of the hood. So I'm going to take out these screws that I've put back in here for safekeeping, and then see if I can pull it off on this side. So here we are, pulling the hood away from where it's glued on around the back part of the driver's window. It comes off pretty easy. Okay, and there's our little cable. That's the one that runs through to that screw at the front there where we got that. Now we've got some access to the nut. We can loosen that nut off. Maybe we can. Anyway, we'll get it out one way or another. Well, I loosened off the other two bolts on this side that are attached to here, and then just pulled the whole thing off. So there we go. A soft top with no soft top. And here are the bits that came off. So I've got to work out how to get this this piece removed. Should be interesting. I think I'll do that tomorrow. So I'd say getting that off on your own, not knowing what you're doing, probably about a morning's work, maybe an afternoon.